Courtney Kimmick, and she's going to tell us about what she does.
Thank you. Well, my name is Courtney Kimmick, and I'm a medium here in Los Angeles area. I specialize in spirit portrait art. Spirit portrait art is a very rare gift. It's an extension of mediumship where I'm able to take mediumship one step further, and within my readings, I then channel in loved ones and draw portraits of your deceased loved ones to prove that there is life beyond our consciousness, and life is moves onward, and our loved ones are at peace and comfort.
Wow.
On the other side.
Yeah. So when did you know you had this gift?
Well, I've been doing this for about 3 years. I've been psychic as a kid, and I'm an artist as trade. But a few years ago, my gifts really excelled, and I had just had this overwhelming urge to start drawing faces, and it happened to be matching up with friends and family who had deceased loved ones on the other side.
Wow.
So it really came on sudden, and then away I go. I've been drawing ever since.
Wonderful. So if somebody wanted to get a reading done, how would they get in touch with you? Do you have a website?
I do. My website is CourtneyKimmick.com. I also have a Facebook page. I also am in Orange County at the Impart Wisdom and Wellness Center where I have my office. And I also do home readings out of my home in Atwater Village.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Let me ask you a couple of questions.
Sure.
Have you had like what you're doing is already kind of like not the norm,
right?
But it's normal to you. Have you any experience with this that wasn't normal to you, like something that's even more out there than normal?
Well, for me as a spirit portrait artist, I'm susceptible to all levels of energies, and I think I'm Arthur Finlay trained medium, which focuses on evidence first. So for me, one of the most strangest things that I've occurred is tapping into the earth elements, and I have drawn a few fairy angels, so to speak, which in my mind for evidence is a little beyond my realm, but I do connect with the fairies, which are just angels of the earth, wind, and fire, and I think that would be about the most out there experience that I've had.
And do you have a website?
I do. It's CourtneyKimmick.com. I also have examples in my portfolio of the fairy energies that I have captured.
Can you show us a couple of them?
I absolutely do. I can show you also here's some of the fairies that are with me in my garden with my children. This particular one draws herself at least once a month. And there's also a lot of activity in my home, kind of mischievous things that occur. So I do have evidence time and time again. I do have other drawings of the same songs. But one really unique experience that I can share with being a spirit portrait artist, I'm able to connect with my own guardian angels, and one of my spirit artist guides came to me with his portrait about 10 times and his name, and I was able to research him on the internet, and it turns out that one of my main spirit portrait guides is Georges de la Tour, who's a famous French painter of the 1593. He's most known for his work of Magdalena with the Smoky Flame, which was actually in one of our museums here in LA all summer long.
Wow.
So that's actually, evidentiary-wise, one of the most wonderful and unusual proof that I can provide.
What an amazing story. And is your book for sale somewhere?
Not yet.
Okay.
This is just for me. I have self-published a couple, but once I get 100 comparisons, I will be looking into publishing a spirit art book.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Do you see anything here of talking to us? Do you see like a spirit behind us, or do you see like somebody in our past? I don't know how it works, so I'm just asking.
Right. Well, no and yes. I mean, if you were to sit down with me and I center myself, I have a very strict relationship with spirit. So in this setting, because we're, just chatting here, they are giving me my time and my space. But if you were to come with me and sit and I take a few minutes and close my eyes, I definitely can start picking up your loved ones who have crossed over, and they open the door to let them come in and start with the portrait.
Oh, wow. All right.
Would you like to do a reading on camera?
Sure, if you want to.
We could do that if you want. That'd be cool.
Yeah, you want to? If you want to do
You
one?
want?
No pressure, right?
Yeah.
So awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, before we start, what I like to do is just say your name.
Christine.
Okay, and I just like to touch hands, flip one over to enter into your aura field. So how I like to start is by touching your hands. I enter into your energy field and I just start perceiving impressions, which I will tell you, which kind of is their signal that I'm ready to work, and that opens the door for the spirit world to come in and take over. And also all my paper is colored and the spirits like to pick their own color. For you, I'm going with blue. When I touch your hands, I don't know how you connect with trees and forests, because I just see all this tall trees and you with the trees. Okay, perfect, because I that's what I see. Okay, so
That's my grounding on go-to.
yes, and that's very present in your atmosphere.
And that's where I only ever seen my spirit guides is in.
Very good. Perfect, because that's where you should be. When I'm drawing, I have no control of who comes. It could be a spirit guide, but I usually set the intention it's a ceaseless one. I just start with the circle and they fill it in, and then I give you the information that I'm giving. And together we'll figure it out. Sometimes they talk out of turn, but right off the bat I feel there's a male energy presence stepping forward. You know, there's a lot of grandparents out there, so I'm not sure if your father is deceased or it's a grandparent. Is your father departed?
Yes.
Okay, because I feel like he's stepping up. I feel like there's a lot of male energy with him too. So would you understand that the males dominated the family? I feel like the males were definitely a part, and I can almost see it in your structure. And I don't know if your father was a very strict man, a very stern man, but I feel like he's standing very tall. But I also feel a sense of pride with him, a very proud man, and he's definitely proud of you. I'm just trying to ask him some more evidence, the cause of death. I'll get body sensations of how they passed. For him, I almost feel like a little slumpy, like my energy level goes low. If that makes sense to you, and I just kind of feel droopy like this. I don't know if that means that he may have. I don't even say I feel like he was younger when he passed too, that he was short in his life, maybe 65, 64, would that make sense? 50, okay. And I don't know if he had Parkinson's or something that just made him like slumpy, and I feel like he's losing motor skills. Would that make sense to you? Because my body is just going limp. Well, they could be all coming in, but would you understand your dad to have lost some of his components towards the end here? Okay. I almost feel a terminal illness with him. Was he terminal for many years, like 10?
Not 10.
Okay, because I feel like he's making me feel like, God, 10 years of my life, I just was like, I don't know if he didn't feel good for 10 years, for a while, and then he got sick progressively, and then his mom. Oh, his mom was
No, my mom.
Oh, your mom is also departed? Okay.
She was chronically ill.
She was okay, he was terminal. Were they married for a very long time? Because I feel like they were a part of a soul circle and they were together and they kind of departed, you know, one after another, but close. And in spirit, they come together holding hands, which is my symbol for they were together for a long time in life and they're absolutely together in death. Now that doesn't always happen because souls evolve, but I very much feel that your father passed before your mother, though, correct? All right, so now I'm going to draw. And it's tricky with the drawing because it's like right brain, left brain. Sometimes they have me just be quiet a little bit just to get the essence, or other spirits will jump in, and then we'll have 3 people in one page. There's so much love with your parents for you and your family. Do you have siblings? Because I feel like they're showing me 2 more.
There's
3.
5 of us.
Okay, there's more than. Okay, good. They're showing me 3. There's so much love. And, you know, it's funny because I feel like they're saying to me, when their love grew and they decided to start a family, never in their million years did they ever feel that they were going to come down with these illnesses and be stripped of life and not be able to provide for you guys till the end of time. You know what I mean? Like, they're making me feel like not only was it hard for you to lose parents, you guys to lose parents, but it's almost harder for them to have stepped off of this earth without one of them behind to take care of you. And they know they're happy and they're at peace but they just want to express their pride for you guys and how you've stepped up to the plate. And I feel like all of you are successful and have done well in your life. Is that accurate? Because I feel like they're making me feel the sense of pride. God, you got dealt such a terrible deal, you know. Was there one of your siblings, or was it you that took care of one of them at the end?
Me and my sister shared.
And this is for your mom, okay? Because she wants to say thank you for putting your life on hold, because she would have never wished that on you guys. It's almost like a parent losing a child. That's how she makes me feel. Like it's not a guilt that she's holding, but she just needs to get the message across of how much it means to her that you put your life aside and took care of her, and that you guys have, within their passing, have flourished. Where are you guys from? I feel like you're from like not California. I want to go like Oregon or.
No, we did a lot of camping.
Oh, did you? Okay, because I see trees and I want to put you in like the forest and in Oregon where it rains and the rain's free.
There was some Lake Tahoe was one of our favorites.
Oh, perfect. Okay, because I see you in the woods and I'm like, where are you from? Because I'm seeing woods and not seeing the smog. Okay, I'm just going to focus in on the drawing here. Let's see if we can get a good likeness of one or both of them. Do you live in the family house?
No, we did. But my sister did.
When they passed? Okay, because they're just saying that you stayed in the family home after their departure.
For a little bit.
Okay, they're just acknowledging that. It's a happy memories there, I feel like, you know, for the most part. I know you had mentioned children. Is there a lot of grandchildren? Okay, because they're acknowledging all the grandchildren.
Yes.
And I want you to know that when you guys all get together, and I feel like a few of them live far away, when you all get together, know that your parents are right there in the room with you. I'm not sure if you've experienced Christmas tree lights going off or lights and flashing, and I feel like they mess with the electricity. And they just play little games like that with the lights. I feel like this is going to be your father. And I feel like, and this could change, but I feel his illness and I feel like his face changed because he's kind of showing me a sick him, but it might change and he may perk up. So I'm just trying to see if I can capture the most likeness of him as I can. I feel like he was a very wonderful man. He makes me feel like he's kind of making me feel like my grandfather, who was kind of quiet and very passive, and he just makes me feel very warm and like he would be a good ear to listen. You know, he was a really well listener. He wouldn't talk. If that makes sense.
That was more like my grandfather.
Okay.
But being that my father passed when we were still teenagers and he was on that dad duty constantly.
Gotcha. Okay.
I often wondered what he would have been like to go into adulthood.
Interesting.
I imagine he would have been much like grandfather.
Makes sense. I feel like he had, you know, hair kind of, you know, straighter, shaggy, you know, man's hair. Your parents are kind of on the serious side. I mean, they really want to convey their emotion of gratitude and pride for you guys. And they keep saying you as a whole, and they keep just kind of, they don't want me to single you out because it's definitely for all of you. And even for the grandkids, they just keep putting you in this, like, they're like homing you into all of you guys. They almost show me like like a family cutout, you know, the paper mache where you open it up and everyone's stringed. That's how they show me with you guys. I'm going to color this one too. the reader and the writer. Are you the one who's very literature based?
My kids
Are your readers? Are they readers and writers? Okay, they're just acknowledging that. That's a good trait. Readers and writers. They want them to do good in school and flourish, and like all parents do. All right, I think I've got some good features. I'm just gonna manipulate it with color. I feel a sense of your freedom, and they're giving me your energy feel. It's like you're just some kind of a free spirit, and you really just open your heart to everything. That's awesome. It's
And
very
I feel that responsibility for them to do the things they don't get to do.
They love it, and it's true. They wouldn't have changed anything, but they are very, they would have never imagined in a million years that they wouldn't be spending holidays till you guys are, 60. But they're not missing a thing at the same time. Was there a military man in your family?
My father and my grandfather.
Okay, because as I'm drawing, he's like military. He's in his post and he's, posing like a true man would. And he's bringing up that's his military background. A very proud man. A very intellectual. He makes me feel. Gosh, there's just something so gentle too about him. That's the word. It's the gentleness. It's the gentleness that I want to convey. I feel like as I'm drawing, they're like talking to me and chattering and like about their life, and they're like someone's in there like telling me this and that and the other thing. Who was the comedian in the family that would sit and say jokes? Because they're like, oh, talk about the joke person. Someone who made jokes. They're like talking. I feel like all the family is like here with us, and those two are talking, but they're like reminiscing about old times, and they're like, remember this, and talk about the jokes and the practical jokester. I feel like there was one guy who was kind of like the wisecracker. Did you guys, I know they were ill, but I feel like there's like family reunions that have happened or maybe will happen, because they're like, oh, the reunion. I'm going to put blue in here, but don't tell me, but I almost think he had browner eyes, but they've selected different colors like hazel. It might change, but that's, right now they're tug-of-warring with me with my colors. It might change. I'm just going to put it in there. I feel like he had lighter eyes, but I don't necessarily feel like they're blue. There's like yellow. I'll adjust. I'll take it. But you also have like this and like this. It's funny with the art, it's a process, and as I lay colors down and smudge it, I'll put smudges somewhere, then in a photo there might be a scar, so it's funny how they just, I feel like he has, adjust this, just the base color. When he was buried, was there a flag that you have? A folded flag? Okay, because he's just showing me that. I feel like he was also gray. I'm going to let the hair sit. Yeah, I'm so happy. They make me feel so happy, and they want you to know. They're telling me, we're so happy. I'm like, I'm almost talking for them right now because they're so happy. They're together. Your mom and your dad are together. And like I said, that doesn't always occur. But they're together. And a lot of times on the other side, souls will choose to have jobs. And I feel like your mom was a humanitarian, and she's still continuing that type of work. And your dad supports her and looks after the family. So they have jobs, and they're very busy on the other side as well. They're continuing their work.
Yes, my mom was quite the humanitarian.
She's continuing that in spirit. Not only does she help souls, but she does put her hand in work in the physical earth, and I believe she does it through you. If you have urges to, like, the tree hugging, do this, and your mom's spirit is pushing you, kind of like
Dancing, tree hugging, putting the nonprofit.
There you go.
Rescue.
Yep, that's her spirit influencing. And know that when you do that, she's right there with you, supporting you. And that's one of the ways that in spirit, without her being here with you on earth, that she can support you in your life. And not only does it make her happy, it makes you very happy. And that's what they want. What I've learned through working with spirit is that our life on earth is about humanity treating others and animals the way we want to be treated, and that is it. That is the true message of life, and that's what the spirit world is looking for us. When we can have peace on earth and humanity can get their stuff together, that's when all of our souls can elevate to a higher level. It's so simple, the secret of life.
Indeed.
And a lot of times I want to say that with the spirit art, they come back in a way that they want to be seen. So if your father, they usually will come back when they're most healthy and when they most love looking themselves in the mirror. A lot of times it'll be mirror image. And a lot of times it'll be about 30 years younger than when they passed. Sometimes it could be a mix of a grandma and a grandpa, or a mix of grandfather and son.
What you've done is actually a mix of my mother and father.
That's right. I'm not surprised because
Those are her eyes.
that's awesome. Yeah, because I'm not putting anything else in there. And I feel like your dad is going to present himself in a and it's funny because I thought he would present himself in a suit, but he wants to be casual, and he wants you to remember him how he was at home when he maybe was sick and he would just hang out in white t-shirts or a t-shirt. And I just want to add, the green in the background is a symbol, and a lot of times it's for healing, but it's also there's also other meanings, and I'll have to look at, I have a page, I'm not sure exactly what they all are. Well, I just want to leave you with the love of your parents, and I just want to touch this up a little bit here. Okay, I want you to a little more rosy in the lips. A little more highlights. What do you think?
Yeah. That's a combination of mom and dad.
Yay!
Very accurate.
Yes.
And at home you can
Accurate.
compare with your photos. That's half the fun.
You've got mom's lips and eyes, and everything else is dad's structure and nose. Wow. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Here, I'm going to sign it, spray it, and I'll bag it for you. Yay!
What's your website again?
It's CourtneyKimmick.com.
How do you spell Kimmick?
It's Kimmick.
Okay.
In the bag, I'll put my info, so you have it.
We'll email you the videos.
Yes, please. Oh, I love it. I've never been videoed.
Oh, I feel so much more honored now. Thank you.
Thank you. I've never been interviewed either, as far as like real. I've been on the radio, but okay. What's the date? Right brain, left brain. 2/9.
Who's the knife?
4/2. Sometimes my brain is like.
I didn't know what day it was either. Sometime in February.
It's sometime in February.
Before Thanksgiving.
Yesterday I was putting 4, 9, 14 on it. And I just spray it. Pardon me, I'm just going to reach for my bag.
Wow.
I'll put a flyer in here. And I find that having a combo of them is really special because this is the once-in-a-lifetime chance for them to get a portrait on record forever to prove the continuation of life. It does not end after we die.